President Trump has announced the U.S. will reduce tariffs on Chinese goods as he wrapped up his week-long trip to Asia. Overnight, the president met with Chinese leader Xi Jinping amid the months-long trade war between the world's two largest economies. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, the president hailed that meeting as a success. Listen.
But overall, I guess on the scale of from 0 to 10, with 10 being the best, I would say the meeting was a 12.
Okay, CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio has more, joining us from London. Ramy, President Trump bullish, but get us beyond the headline here. Did the U.S. and China really make significant progress?
Yeah, you know, Errol, from Trump's perspective, he said talks were great, right? He said they had an amazing meeting. And there is a divergence, though, when it comes to optics, when it comes to what he's saying with reality. He implied, at least, that two of the big issues that we've been reporting on this past week have been settled, but there's a question mark over those. One is over China holding back rare earths from the United States. The other is China restarting its purchases of American soybeans. Beijing hasn't bought a substantial amount of soybeans ever since this summer. But on rare earths, the president took a win. Take a listen here.
That whole situation, that roadblock is gone now. There's no roadblock at all on rare earth. That will hopefully disappear from our vocabulary for a little while.
So in numbers, President Trump said that he's reducing U.S. tariffs on China from 57%, already mind-boggling, to 47%, which is still mind-boggling. It's still one of the highest in the world, just under now India and Brazil, which are something like 50%. But on the issue of fentanyl, another headache, Trump said that the U.S. will cut the tariffs on chemicals related to this drug from 20% to 10%. That was at the heart, really, of a lot of this. And then there's TikTok for a lot of us watching here, all on social media, eventual U.S. control there. But this was the most vague. To your first question, China's foreign ministry only said that it would work with the U.S. to, quote unquote, resolve issues. Super vague there. So this could be around how much control TikTok's parent company ByteDance could keep. That has been at the crux of that. But again, stressing these are agreements, Errol. Nothing has been signed yet, similar to the agreements that we saw mostly in Japan and South Korea. A lot of drama, little on details. And notably, I got to add that the president flying back, along with all this optimism, he ordered the Pentagon to restart nuclear weapons testing after a 30-year moratorium. And he said specifically in order to keep pace with Russia and specifically China. And
how is China characterizing this meeting?
Yeah, a little more subdued, a little bit of satisfaction, perhaps more than celebration, Errol. Face-to-face, President Xi didn't appear to kowtow much at all to President Trump. And he really tried to position China and the U.S. more as equals and needing each other. He said that the U.S. and China were on the same, as he said, giant ship, and they needed to set sail together, and saying that China could be and is necessary for Trump's MAGA vision. Errol.
All right, Ramy Inocencio in London with the latest. Thank you, Ramy.